Why don't we have enough construction workers and why the hell is that a problem? So, why can't we build enough homes even though everybody obviously needs one? Here in the US, the construction industry is booming and breaking at the same time. So, we're building factories, we're building housing, we're building clean energy plants faster than we have in decades, and maybe some fossil fuel stuff too. Back in 2024, construction spending hit 472 billion. That's up like 16% from 3 years ago. And it's not just homes. Factories are making a comeback thanks to two giant federal laws. You have the CHIPS Act. That's basically the government saying, let's make computer chips here again. And the Inflation Reduction Act, which said, let's build wind turbines and solar panels and EV batteries here too. Together, those two laws pump more than 400 billion into manufacturing and clean energy construction, which is great, except for a couple of small problems. We don't have enough people to actually do the building. And then we have ended it and changed it. So now you're seeing more natural gas construction. You've got a labor problem here. The Associated Builders and Contractors, a big construction group in the US, says the US has to attract more than 500,000 new construction workers this year, and we're deporting them instead. We need another 400,000 or 450,000 next year. We're deporting them. If you're keeping score, that's a million new workers in 2 years, which is like saying we need to hire everybody in Los Angeles and maybe grab a few folks from Reno too. We're not doing it. Builders say the number one challenge in 2023 and 2024 wasn't materials or permits, it was labor. And we still have that today. You can have all the lumber, the steel, and the cement in the world, but if nobody's around to pour it or to nail stuff together, it's just a very expensive pile of ingredients. And now construction is directly competing with manufacturing for the same pool of skilled, physically tough workers. So now the government and the industry are looking to one big solution: apprenticeships. And we're going to need a lot because we're deporting a lot of people. So that's where you'll learn while you earn. An apprenticeship is basically college that builds savings. You work while you learn, you get paid while you train, and in the end, you have a skill, not a degree and no debt. Half of all of the apprenticeships in the US are in construction. And that's partly because of a law from 1931, the Davis Bacon Act, which said that workers on federally funded projects had to be paid a local prevailing wage. It made construction work pay better, but it also gave companies a reason to hire apprentices who can be paid less while they learn. It was a smart way to train people and still keep projects affordable. Now, today, about one third of all registered apprenticeships in the US are for training for construction jobs, even though only 1 in 20 American workers actually work in construction. So the system is already doing a lot, but it's not enough. Now, the hell is a registered apprenticeship program? So, a registered apprenticeship program, it's a wrap. They're like the official, the certified version of apprenticeships. They're approved by the Department of Labor or by state agencies, and they're going to have standards for training, pay, and for mentorship. You get a better result. The benefits are going to be pretty real. 91% of people who finish a registered apprenticeship are going to get a job right away. And over a lifetime, they're going to earn about $240,000 more than workers who are doing the same thing, but who never did one. And employers like them too. You're going to get skilled workers who already know how to do the job. And the company's not going to have to waste a whole lot of money constantly retraining new hires. It's one of the rare systems that actually makes a heck of a lot of sense, which is probably why we're not using it enough. Now, you need a federal push today, and the government knows this. That's why back in 2024, the Department of Labor made its bigger ever investment in apprenticeships, maybe $244 million to expand training programs across the country. You don't want to cut that. That's money that makes. Inflation Reduction Act even gave companies a tax bonus, but only if 15% of their project hours were worked by apprenticeships. So in theory, we're building a pipeline of new workers while we build the projects themselves. In theory, and I don't know if we're still doing it today. Now, there's a problem with the solution, and things get a little tricky. Even though apprenticeship enrollment has doubled in the past decade, it's still nowhere near enough. And that's on young kids. You got to just jump in and do it. Building school. The construction industry's demand for workers is more than double what current apprenticeship programs can produce, even when you count community colleges and unregistered programs. It's like trying to fill a swimming pool with a garden hose. You're technically adding water, but you're not swimming anytime soon. Now, even among people who start an apprenticeship, a lot of them don't finish. Completion rates need to improve for the system to work. Otherwise, we're just trading a whole bunch of people halfway and we are running out of time. And all of this really matters to you. The job isn't, it's not just a jobs issue, it's a housing issue. So that's the thing. If you don't have enough skilled construction workers, housing's going to stay scarce.
And when housing stays scarce, your rent goes up, prices keep going up. And when prices keep rising, you can't afford to live near where you work. It's a domino effect, one that's going to start with missing stuff. You're going to start with a missing electrician, and it's going to end with a national housing crisis. We don't get our act together. Now, what's the bigger picture going on here? Apprenticeships just aren't about fixing today's labor shortage. They're about building a new middle class for all of us, one that doesn't rely on 4 years of tuition and student loans. This is a good thing for a lot of people. Earn while you learn isn't a slogan. It's an economic model that actually works. It's going to give people a trade, a career, and a paycheck from day one. And it's one of the few education systems that directly matches what the economy needs right now, today. So the logic is going to be simple. If you want to fix the housing crisis, if you want to keep building factories and clean energy plants, if you want an affordable rental, you got to train a generation of workers to build all this stuff. And we got to do it fast, like 10 years ago. The US construction industry is standing on a foundation made of opportunity and shortage at the same time. We're pouring billions into new projects, but without enough skilled workers to build stuff like this. And some of these projects are going to stall out. An apprenticeship, not for you, maybe for your neighbor. It's the best tool we have to fix it, but only if you start from the ground up. You got to make them easier to complete and treat them like the essential infrastructure that they are. Because you can't build the future if you don't have any to build stuff like this. And we got to start working on it.